flying above the Cornish coastline with the crew of Britain's very first air ambulance service, 30 years old this year.
They've rescued people in all sorts of trouble, inland and out at sea, including this thankful teenager.
The people at our church, I know they prayed for me.
We visit a gardening scheme linked to Cornwall's Eden project that's helping people grow in confidence.
It's really changed my life.
And I'll be clowning around in church.
Whoa!
Our music today includes hymns from Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland, but we start in England, in Leicester, in fact, with "Oh Praise Ye the Lord."
Cornwall Air Ambulance, based at Newquay Airport, has completed more than 26,000 missions since its launch back in 1987. And as a result, hundreds of lives have been saved. Steve Garvey is one of the team bringing help to those in urgent need.
We get a lot of visitors in the summer months and the roads become quite significantly congested. We've got the beaches, the moorlands, and there's some very rural areas that are up to an hour and a half from the nearest hospital here in Cornwall, and we can make those journeys in 15 to 20 minutes, so that brings a lot of speed, getting the patient to definitive care a lot quicker. We deal with the more critical incidents at times, which can bring a great deal of sadness, but can also bring a great deal of joy when you're able to treat someone and make their rough day a lot better.
The Eastwood family know this all too well. Harriet got into difficulties on a day out with her grandparents while her mum was at work.
It was the end of the summer holidays when I was 9. We went down to Carhays Beach, and me and my sister thought it would be a great idea to go in the sea, even though it was cold and it was really rough. I just remember being taken out really quickly, and I could see my sister at the shore and she was waving to me, and I was trying to wave back with one hand, and then I felt my feet not be able to touch the bottom anymore, and then I just remember seeing the sky and then darkness.
The people on the beach ran to the cafe there, and they rang for 999, and the air ambulance then arrived a few minutes later and took Harriet off to Trellisk Hospital in Truro, which would have been about 45 minutes to an hour on the road, but I believe it was about 5 minutes in the air.
Jackie was at work teaching when she received the call that every parent dreads.
I arrived at the hospital, I saw my husband and my mum, and their faces were really long, and my first words were, "Has Harriet died?" Because I just didn't know, and at that point I didn't know. Obviously the news of the accident spread round our village, and people got in contact with our minister, who arrived like a whirlwind. She came straight into the hospital. And
I remember her coming into my ward and just bursting the doors open and running in. That was one of the strongest memories I have of being in hospital.
And you had a lot of support from the local church.
we did,
Yeah.
we did. And lots of people praying for us and praying for Harriet.
The people at our church every Sunday, that they do pray for people who have accidents around Cornwall, and I know they prayed for me.
The impact of the rescue on the Eastwoods has been huge. As well as fundraising as a family to show their gratitude, Mum Jackie has changed careers
Here is our camp room.
and now helps to keep the service going.
We could see that there was an avenue there, to help other people. That's how I sort of got involved, really, and then I sort of got a job, and I was working 2 days a week for the charity. And then when they decided to open this building, I sort of like transferred into a full-time job.
Yeah.
The skills I've got as a teacher we use for the charity. I go out giving talks in schools and assemblies and things like that, getting as many people involved in the charity as possible, because for little amounts it keeps the helicopter flying. And I love people, and working with volunteers, they're doing that for nothing.
How does your Christian faith help you in what it is you do and have to do here?
I've been involved in church all my life, from primary school upwards, and I think that stood me in good stead for this particular role that I do. I don't know, it's sort of, perhaps God has brought me round to this, I don't know.
He's found the right spot for you.
Absolutely.
Jesus,